Hi, this is Mark, and this is Eagles Chat. We're going to preview every game, and then after the game, we're going to talk about what transpired. Okay, first game of the season, there's an excitement. There's something about football finally getting started. And now the Eagles have to go all the way down to Brazil to play a home game. Now, a lot of the Eagles were upset because of the long flight. Hey, Green Bay had to even go even a longer flight. So, hopefully some of the guys are not jet lagged. I don't understand. They left like 2 days before. They should have left many days before and enjoyed Brazil, but there was concern about some crime in Brazil. Okay, so now let's talk about the game. Let's get into it. The Eagles, I think, have the best players that they've ever had in the history. I mean, if you look on offense, there are Pro Bowlers all up and down the skill position. They got new contracts. So we got Dallas, new contract, AJ, Devontae, and they got Dotson. Before they had Watkins, it just didn't work out. He was much faster than Dotson, but Dotson overall is more skilled. So we also added Barkley, and we got Will Shipley. It's going to be a lot of new pieces, but we got way more explosive on offense. We lost Kelsey, but Jurgens was an understudy for a couple of years, so that was really important. And we got Becton, who's just this massive, like 360-pound guard. They never had a guard that big before, so there's going to be a ton of holes for the line for Barkley to run through. Hurts last year, he was hurting. Now he's all recovered, so I see the offense being dynamic, especially with Kellen Moore. Last year, Brian Johnson was a disaster. He had no clue. The team, you could just see, lost confidence with them. With Moore, you're going to have motion. You're going to be able to blitz pickups. Now, they're saying he's not really a runner, but they never had that kind of offense wherever he's been. This many skilled players. So I don't know if Moore, you can judge him from his past because he's got all these players to move around. And there's going to be some games where AJ's going to get a lot of balls, Devontae, or sometimes it's going to be a Barkley game. And that's how the defense has no idea who to zone in. There's also going to be some guys moving inside the slot. There's talking about AJ in the slot or Devontae, and not just Dotson, which was people thought was the initial. So I just see this offense just being so hard to contain. And as long as Hurts doesn't try too much, hits the guys, in stride, lets them go out and make plays, I'm looking for probably a top 3 offense. So I'm really excited. Now, defense is where we're going to have problems because we already lost Devin White, which was our speed linebacker, like a 4-4 guy who was supposed to go all over the field, chase down running backs, which is something we got destroyed with last year. And we lost Isaiah Rodgers, who's coming back from suspension, just super quick, 4'2", 40 cornerback. We really, really needed him. But luckily, we got Gardner Johnson back. We got Reed back. And then we got the Ruck Q, who's going to be running in the nickel package. So ideally, we would have had Rodgers, Q, Slay. I would have felt really good. Love had a really monster year in the second part of the season. Had a nice playoff win. They got Josh Jacobs, who is a phenomenal running back. And so we'll see. We got the young guys up front. I'm looking for Jalen Carter to have a monster year, along with Jordan Davis getting in shape. That was the big thing. You could only play him a certain number of plays because he was out of shape. This year, though, he's coming in. He's ready to go. Fletch is gone. So these young guys are going to be playing a lot more snaps. So let's see how effective they are. We also lost Reddick as our pass rusher, replaced him with Huff. And then we got a couple other players to hopefully to pick up the slack. We need more Josh Sweat. The young buck and Jalix Hunt, didn't really know how he would be progressing, but he's ahead of schedule. We don't know the first game how much impact, but look for him for the second half of the year. And Nolan Smith, he bulked up. I think he put on about 15 pounds. He was always very quick. So I'm looking for him to go out there and get a couple of sacks. So it's going to be interesting with Love. We got a new defensive coordinator, finally, because last year was a disaster. We were having Matt Patricia come in. It was a mess. So I'm looking for a lot more stability. I don't like the fact that we lost our number 2 cornerback and our number 1 linebacker. So it's Nakobe Dean time. He had a very good end of camp, and the last preseason game he was out there. So I'm expecting some good things. Can't be any worse than last year. So I'm expecting him to go out there and just really make some plays. Now, here's something that I'm very curious to see. The kickoffs, totally different. The coverages and what kind of plays you're going to make. So that's going to be intriguing. That's kind of the wild card. Factoring in all of the things that the Eagles have going on, the new players, new schemes, I'm looking for them to win. But the point spread is around a field goal. I'm looking for them to probably win about 3 to 5 points. If they had White and Rodgers, I'd feel a lot better. I'd say we could probably pull off almost 6 to 7 point. That's just a prediction. It comes down to turnovers. So that's the main thing. Hopefully we're keeping the ball, no turnovers. That's what killed us last year. If we do that, get our blitz pickups, we should be pretty confident. All right, well, tell me what you guys think. Go Birds.